Hello, welcome to Training at 45. We're in Mike's gym and it's another workout update. So been training progressively hard. We had some awful weather in the UK, so when you're in a outdoor gym like this, it's not perfect. Been absolutely lashing it down. I remember one of the nights just lying there trying to bench press with the rain just pouring onto my face, and it just really wasn't fun, and I was questioning my life choices at that point. So things are going pretty well, keeping good with diets and everything else, and trying to train on a day and then having a couple of days off. In the last workout though, after doing my warm-ups, I felt a quite tight sensation in my chest, sort of around this sort of part, really painful. And as I progressed through the workout, it was quite obvious there was some sort of injury there, muscular injury. So I've had a bit of a rethink, and I was just thinking about the workout in general, really. It's quite a long workout. It's been taking me about a good hour and a half or so. I've tried just cutting it down, trying to do like different ideas, different sort of circuits and things like that, but I can't just pack in what I want to pack into the workout. So to give the chest a bit of a rest, because it's already feeling better today, I probably could have trained it. I'm going to look at doing an upper and lower split, and it's something I've never ventured into before, really. I've always pretty much done full body workouts in one way, shape or form. And what I've found within the full body workout, or suppose the way it's gone so far, is it gets to the leg section and I'm just knackered at that point. It just feels like a good time to just finish it at the end of the upper body. And then I can't really put my all really into the leg workout part, and it's getting dark, it's getting cold, and I've had enough. So it'll be interesting just to see how well I fare just concentrating on a leg workout. I can put a few more exercises into the mix as well, which I think will up the intensity somewhat. So I'm just going to do a quick general warm-up, and then we'll get into this workout. Okay, that feels good. Be interesting if I can command the intensity straight away into the exercises. So the first one we're going to do is the leg extension. I'm finding a lot of benefit from actually doing leg extensions first to sort of pre-fatigue the quadriceps, just with some high reps, and then holding the rep at the very top for a couple of seconds, and slowly release it down, and then exploding it back up. I'm also sort of leaning back quite far as well on the leg extension. So that'll be the first exercise, and then we're gonna sort of go straight on to the vertical leg press. So I'll do a few warm-up sets first on the vertical leg press, just so we can just jump straight from one to the other. So I've got these resistance bands, and I've measured them with a scale, and they're adding 50 kilos to the lift when the carriage is at the top. So it sort of evens out the resistance curve somewhat, so it's really hard at the bottom, and then it sort of seems to get a bit easier as you go more towards the near lockout position. So this evens it out. So I'll do a few more warm-ups with that. We can lock that in the top position and keep loading the weights. With this chest thing, it's certainly making it hard to take a deep breath. I think some sort of tearing's occurred on the muscle to where the rib cage and everything is, or the cartilage or something weird. Okay, let the fun begin. Leg extension. That was some good form at the 25. Might have been able to squeeze a little bit more. I'm just really concentrating on trying to get that hold at the top and just keeping the tension. Just going to drink before we do this, because this is going to be excruciating. Try and get 15 to 20 reps. quads are already burning. There's nearly 100 kilos of plates on the top. This is about 15 kilos. That's 115. And then this is another 50. So about 165 kilos there. 16 reps. So a quick couple of breaths. This is going straight on to barbell lunges. So far I think I'm performing about on par as I would have been with the full body, but we'll see how the fatigue kicks in doing more leg exercises. I think maybe my CNS is slightly sharper, so I want to just drive it that little bit more. I didn't take those to failure then, but just on about the third or fourth run, had a bit of a knee drop on one of them where I kind of lost my balance and bogged down on the floor, but I was able to recover it. It's getting my heart rate up now. This is okay, but not stopping yet. Okay. Next exercise is going to be a sort of glute and hamstring raise with the legs elevated. So I've got my bench set with the decline there, and I've got this little ridge I can just put my feet in, so I can really push with my feet. And then I've got a little bit of weight as well that I'll have in my lap, and then we're going to drive it up. Just going to get my timer to make sure the reps are good times. Probably could have gone heavier with that, but I don't think I was holding some of the top holds for long enough, so probably stay on that way and just concentrate on the form with that. But it's a great exercise and it's very back friendly versus sort of Romanian deadlifts and all that other sort of stuff, which if you have got lower back issues can certainly exacerbate those. The sweat is real. Okay, going to move on to belt squats now. So I've got the barbell in the rack. I've got this easy bar just as a support, just to help me balance, so I can concentrate everything just on the legs. And then we're secured in nicely at this end so this bar can't come out. We've also got this plank of wood as well to stop the rack being able to shift about should it decide to do so. Right then, let's see if we can get up to 30 reps on this or thereabouts. It's going to be interesting seeing as we're already very pre-fatigued. Okay. It's trying to come to a complete stop on every one of those reps and just have a 3-second descent. It takes all the momentum out of it, but it's really difficult. So obviously so far feels like a lot of exercises, but just doing one set of each, just more or less all out, or close to the point of momentary muscular failure, where the form's just going to collapse really, just trying to do much more. I need to just think about staying away from injury with all of this. Quads just feel completely fried now. Okay, let's see what the next exercise is. Okay, so we've got one more exercise now that's going to hit the back of the legs and hamstrings and everything, which is the lying leg curl. I've grown to really like this exercise, and I found with the bench sort of angled down, I can get in a good position and a good sort of leverage point with this to really feel the contraction on every one of the reps. It's just 17 and then a cheat rep. Wow, this is pushing it today. It's a lovely day though. Sun's just started coming out. So we'll just be on to the calf work now. I certainly feel invigorated so far and really pumped. I was doing a lot of rest pause training in all of my sets. So I was doing the set, getting to failure, having a sort of 10 or 15 second rest depending on the exercise, going for another set and then repeating that again. But it really started to fatigue me after a couple of weeks of doing that. I think it's good for a short-term blast, but for now on I think I'll just stick to these straight sets, with the exception I think of calves. I think it would benefit to do it on calves, so that's what we're doing now. We'll move on to calves on the vertical leg press. About 23, 4 extras and then 3 extras. Okay, so this next exercise, I won't see many people do this, is for the tibialis, so the front of the shins. I made a block of wood. We're gonna put our weight plate in. Put that in there, adjust that into the foot, nice and tight. Okay, so we've just hit an hour into the workout now. Could probably do it a little bit quicker than this. Well, it's the first run through. So we just put some padding and blocked up the leg press. I'm going to lie forwards, do a final set of calf raises. But this is going to act more like a seated calf raise. It's a little awkward to get in position. So I was quite pleased with that workout. Good selection of exercises there, all fairly lower back safe if you're using good form and trying to reduce momentum and things like that. I think it's just a starting point for some of the weights on these, because even though you know the weights, you've done these exercises in the individual state, when they're all coupled together one after the other, it just throws off what you think you can do and what you can't do. Certainly energetic, it's got me sweating like crazy. And I managed to get that in just about an hour, so that was pretty good. So yeah, while the chest recovers a little bit, which it feels good now, I think it's done me good to do some deep breathing and things like that, but I think give it a couple of weeks just to recover. Probably just do some light dumbbell system for the upper body on another day or something, and just keep pushing these heavy duty leg workouts. So I've been reading a lot into sort of Mike Mentzer and a lot of other HIIT style of training now, and realise as a natural that does work quite well. I think multiple sets and things and just going balls out crazy just can't be covered. This, I'm just going from one thing to another. It's very high intensity, and it really gets the heart pumping and everything else. There's a good cardiovascular element to it. So another thing I've been looking at as well is supplementation, brewer's yeast. Very old school supplement, but I started taking that. I found it's really settled down my digestion quite well. I think I'm getting probably more energy from the food I'm having, and also with the B vitamins and additional protein that brings, it's definitely one to try. Certainly made a difference for me, so I totally recommend that. So I hope your workouts are going well. Until the next one, keep training at 45 or even 47 as I am now. See you soon.
There it is.
Post-workout lunch: peanut butter, raisins, kiwi fruit, apple, and nice pot of cottage cheese.